the 3D model. The two websites I saw were Tinkercad and Thingiverse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we looked at the shape, but we don't see existing shape what we wanted. I mean, there are. I think we have to
On
still.
Tinkercad, you could find it on Thingiverse, maybe.
I don't think there are going to be many teardrop-shaped drones because that's just not a normal thing.
Yeah. So
And we might need like pouches to carry the burlap sacks. So we're
So
gonna
go
need
ahead, go ahead.
something.
He wanted to say something. Let him talk.
So the
So yeah, probably we should come up with some design and get SPL file and then try. I'm trying to see that if it's possible. If not, we'll just go with the cardboard shape. Yeah, if it's but library is okay to print. I think they're pretty much fine for the
I called the library. Yeah, yesterday itself I called.
yeah. I know you said like a Thursday they're available, right? I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. She's thinking, Amma, what did you do? We also took it
Oh,
out.
you need to design.
Yeah, yeah. I talked to them. The thing was, the lady is not available. She's available only next Thursday because yesterday was Thursday. I called them up because Thursday she comes to the library.
Yeah, okay.
Tanya.
Oh, Miss Tanya, not Mr. Janice. Oh my
Yesterday
God!
she wasn't. She said she'd be there.
Yeah, my
See,
nose.
but if you get it quicker, that's the easiest.
yeah, you want to say the other idea?
Go
But
ahead.
Mom,
Go ahead.
what if we change the drone in between?
Yeah. We'll come to that. Let him first finish his idea. Then you can say.
So like something else I saw. So it was like some spiral shaped thing. It's like a carbon nanotube. It's like the carbon nanotubes are like spiral in shape and have magnetic properties. And the nanotubes are coated with nitrogen and embedded with like manganese in the inside. The nanotubes are then mixed with peroxymonosulfate, a compound used as an oxidizing agent to generate a reactive oxygen species, or chemical reactions to break down the microplastics. The result is that the microplastics are converted into salt compounds, carbon dioxide, and water.
I see. So that nanotubes will convert them to carbon dioxide and water, huh?
And
By
salt
oxidizing it?
compounds.
You see that seems a great one. Okay. So just please educate us something more on that. We are listening. Go ahead.
You want to say it? Did you understand that? Okay.
No, there are some points I did not honestly get it. Go ahead.
Okay. Sometimes you can't understand his
No problem. Let him
voice.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, open your mouth and you wanted to.
Whatever you think. See, at the end of it, I was saying one project. Okay, they have just done whatever the kids typed. They have put it in and submitted, and that one.
Oh, wow. See? So you
So,
understood, right?
yeah, at the end of it, you have
Try
to.
saying it again in your own words. So imagine, tell our auntie, like, what are those? Like,
I write it down.
you write it down, okay?
No, you say it.
No, that's okay. I'll say it quick. So, I mean, otherwise they'll stall us.
Let Divan say because
Okay,
I'm
see?
recording it. So let the teacher see what we are doing
Yeah,
as.
you have to like speak
Go
up
ahead.
loud, okay? What are those actually?
Go ahead. I will show to the teacher too what ideas you've come up with.
Yeah.
So like carbon nanotubes are spiral in shape and have magnetic properties. So and the nanotubes are coated with nitrogen on top and embedded with manganese inside of it. The nanotubes are then mixed with peroxymonosulfate,
Peroxymonosulfate
a compound
that reacts with microplastics.
is used as an oxidizing agent to generate a reactive oxygen species or chemical reactions to break down the marine microplastics. The result is that the microplastics are converted into salt compounds, carbon dioxide, and water.
Water, and does it work with all types of plastics? Unless one type of plastic is
Like one singular type
Type-
of plastic. Does it
Do
like
we
work
know?
on one plastic or all of them?
I have no idea.
okay, that you might be something that we'll research on. See, but
Yeah, I
the-
think this
the-
opened up the doors. Like, I mean, because we were like looking into what if the enzymes we can do it in.
Um, Effects on polluted water and takes out microplastics from 30 to 50% in 8 hours.
So the effectiveness is 30 to 50% if it's in contact for 8 hours. So it's like a little long-standing problem.
recording.
Okay.
I'll send it to them.
So basically, we went on some websites and we saw this like video where sorry about this again, but there were these like magnetic beads. You know, have you seen like those magnetic beads? Have you ever like seen magnetic beads?
No.
Well, magnetic beads like exist, so they're like basically their name, magnetic beads.
Let me bring up the
So
picture. Shall I bring up the
they're
picture?
coated in like this polymer, which is made of monomers, by the way. It's coated in a polymer that is like
See,
that attracts like microplastics and bacteria. It was actually made for bacteria, but I think they it just got microplastics along the way. So when it got it went and so what happens is one of these particles won't do anything because microplastics are too tiny to see. So a lot of these, since they're magnetic, they're attracted to each other. So they all like go up in one big clump. So then that big clump, which is like, by the way, this weird thing over here. How do you annotate? Right. So that's this weird thing over here. Sorry about that. So that's the clump of those atoms, those molecules. So those things will get rid of these bacterias, which, by the way, are these things. Sorry, I haven't colored those yet. And in a completely like see, these are like magnetic fields. In a completely unmagnetized place, they would actually get rid of all the microplastics. So how does this relate to the project? So that's why we're thinking this drone could like let out a lot of these like little molecule thingamajiggies, these magnetic beads. So they would all clump together and they would find, and within around like 30 minutes or so, they would come back just like this. Then the drone could pick them up, which I think they could pick them up by tracking the little the magnetic thingamajiggies, the magnetic beads. I can think they could track them. And then maybe they could, those beads, maybe they could like go back to the drone and using IR spectroscopy, because this is going to be used in the drone. No need for water or anything. They could just use it in the drone. So why not use IR? It's like way faster. So we can get the process done faster. So in like 6 minutes-ish, IR spectroscopy will be done, and we know which ones are microplastics, so and which ones are bacteria. And if we just get rid of the magnetic parts of those magnetic beads, we can carefully extract those microplastics, and using the IR spectroscopy, which will detect which kind of plastic it is, we can feed them to the normal fungi, or the drone can do that.
and he came up with the idea of the nanotubes, which will make it into carbon dioxide and oxygen. Seems cool,
And
right?
then, wait, we don't even have to bring the enzyme down for that.
Yeah, we don't need to, or if you want, you can have 3 different ways of disposal.
Yeah.
But
Otherwise, you can take
will
the
that,
enzymes out.
if that converts every plastic, we don't even need to use IR spectroscopy.
That is also true, but that's something we need to explore. If the nanotubes that he's bringing up, I asked him whether it exposes all the disposes all the plastics that they are yet to explore. They will explore. So once we know that, at least some studies that tell that, then we can use that itself. You got it?
I really hope that the nanotubes are used for all the plastics.
That I don't know.
That will then we don't even have to use IR spectroscopy, and we don't need to bring those burlap sacks down there.
Yeah, but IR spectroscopy has more information about what type of plastics is safe.
Yeah, except I'm not sure how to find out whether they're plastics or not. But hopefully we can find a faster thing for that. If we can't slow down the way that we get the microplastics, we can slow down the way we dispose of them.
See, actually,
What is this technology, Hamsini? What is it called?
yeah,
Is
see,
that
what
like
you bring up is
a
a good idea.
technology?
See, she's saying after color. Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute. Ingada.